right, come on, go on the down. Okay, yeah, I know, y'all, this battle's been hard, I know, but we are about to... What the... Hey, y'all, go, take out your evil emperor person. I gotta take this call. I think you're gonna win anyway, so yeah, go ahead and do this. I'll probably meet you when I'm off the phone. Hello? Oh, hey, Astrid, how you doing? Review your book, The Last Warrior? Yeah, that sounds like way more fun than what I'm doing right now. Oh, I'm helping a ragtag team of misfits in Dimension X, take down their evil emperor that's apparently been oppressing them, and the deal. Oh, well, I was on my way to the movies. I was running late, so I decided to use my magic wand to head over there because I figured teleportation would be quicker, but it teleported me into Dimension X. Well, I told you, got a freaking war against some evil emperor and stuff going on, so I'm just going to check out of this, because by now my wand should be recharged. I was going to help them in their final battle, but from what I can see, they're taking this fool down. No problem about my help. So, yeah, I'll head home and read your book. It sounds like it's going to be a lot more fun than this, believe me. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. Time to go home. Alika, take me back to my house. Hello, my lovelies. I am Madam Crystal Butterfly. And oh my goodness, my lovelies, you will not believe the morning I had. You will not believe the morning I have had. You see, my lovelies, I was running late to go to see a movie I've been wanting to see. And I realized there was no way I could drive over to the movie theater and get there in time to not have missed the first half of the movies by the time I arrived. So I was thinking, the Writers Guild just sent me my wand back. They said we got it nice and fixed. No more teleportation issues. So I was thinking, okay, I will just teleport over to the movie theater. I used my wand and it teleported me to Dimension X on planet, I think, Galul. I could not pronounce the name, to be honest. Anyway, planet Zubat, but whatever, was in the middle of an interplanetary war against their evil, oppressive emperor. And I was pushed into helping them out. I mean, from what I saw, that guy was really, really mean. I mean, the stuff he was saying on the airwaves and things he was doing, no wonder they wanted to take him out. But he wasn't a good person. I was helping them with their epic battle to take him out. And we were on the final stretch of the battle. It looked like victory was at hand when I get a call from author Astrid V, and she asked me if I wouldn't mind reviewing her book, The Last Warrior. And I was all like, yeah, that's way more fun than what I'm doing right now. I mean, I'd rather read a book than do this. So I saw them basically about to take out their evil emperor, told them good luck, and, one was charged, so I was out. But, my lovelies, before I tell you about this book, The Last Warrior, give me a moment to let you know a little bit about the creative mind that crafted this story.
The first time I ever featured one of this author's works on my channel, I spoke to you about her story, The Companion's Tale, a story that is featured in her bigger story, The Apprentice Storyteller. Astrid wrote The Apprentice Storyteller in a way that she could also publish the individual stories within the book as part of the book and separately. Today's story, The Last Warrior, is one of these stories that is also featured in The Apprentice Storyteller. Astrid was inspired to write this story thanks to a lucid dream she had. Like many authors, once she had an interesting dream, she just couldn't help turning it into a book. One thing she realized while writing this story was how much it took a hard look at someone realizing their own self-worth, which is an aspect that I enjoyed about the story as well, but I'll discuss this more with you later in the review. Astrid has written a lot of stories, so I wondered if she ever had any issues with writer's block. When she is experiencing a bit of the old writing block, she sees it as her not being ready to write what comes next in her story. If necessary, she'll let herself take a nice break from her book to do a little soul searching until she finds what she feels is missing for her to continue working on her story. As for what comes first to her when creating a story, it depends on the story. Each unique part of the story just develops in its own way. For example, development of her characters involved asking, where is the person and where are they going? And how can other characters around them help to push the message forward? The plot often comes as a natural result of the question, what more does the character need to learn to be able to live their best life on their own terms? I asked Astrid if there was any part of The Last Warrior that gave her a hard time while writing it. She told me that she struggled with writing the character of the Imperial Prince. She found it difficult for her to come to terms with human capacity for evil and what that looks like, which is something very understandable. When making a villain, you have to let them be evil, but when you look at what your villain is willing to do, it sometimes is hard to digest. Anyone who says fairy tales ain't for grown folk really needs to get out more. Curse of the Frog Prince Parts 1 and 2, available now on Amazon Books. Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
The Last Warrior. Interesting title. What's it all about?
Cynthia has struggled for years against the powers guiding her life. She wants to take back control. She wants the freedom to marry the man she loves. And more than anything, she wants to live up to the expectations she's been saddled with. In her own mind, she is far from worthy of being the healer of her people. Can she overcome her self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy? Can she expand her awareness and become kinder to herself? Or will she allow everything that ever brought her happiness to slip through her grasp and turn to ashes?
This tale opens up with the apprentice storyteller telling the audience a story about a woman named Cynthia who believes in her mind that she is unworthy of the position that has been bestowed upon her or to have any joy in her life.
The best way I can summarize Cynthia is that she was subjected to a traumatic situation which weighs very heavy on her heart, and it constantly makes her question if she is even worthy of happiness. These feelings of unworthiness are made worse by her position as her nation's healer. When we first see Cynthia in the story, she is taking place in an imperial procession. Why is there an imperial procession taking place? Well, you're just going to have to grab a copy of this book to find out. You'll be very happy you did. During the procession, Cynthia realizes that she forgot a little wooden chest that she is supposed to present to the emperor as a gift. Upon her realization that she forgot the chest, she races back to her quarters to retrieve the chest. This is when she runs into a sick man lying on the ground. Cynthia takes her position as a healer extremely seriously, so the second she sees somebody who is sick or injured, she feels no matter what, she must heal them, and goes out of her way to do everything to help this sick man first before she goes to retrieve the gift for the emperor. I found this particular behavior very interesting. Throughout the story, Cynthia does constantly criticize herself and tell herself that she's unworthy of being a healer, but she will put everything on pause to help someone, even when helping that person might mean she'll be killed for giving that person aid.
There's a lot more I would like to say about Dear Cynthia, but gotta keep this review spoiler free, so go read the book. Anyway, my lovelies, like I said, she's helping someone. She might get in trouble for helping. So, what did the guy do?
The name of the man Cynthia takes a big risk to help is Flynn. Flynn is someone who no longer has anything in his world to care about, so he feels that he has nothing to lose. Everyone he knew and loved was killed by the emperor in a fit of rage to get back at the emperor for his cruelty. Flynn tried to kill the emperor, but unsurprisingly, he failed in his attempt to take the emperor out and was fortunate enough to escape with his life. Sadly, Flynn was poisoned in the process. After Cynthia saves him from the poison, he is so grateful to her that she becomes his new reason to want to live. However, as I said, Flynn tried to kill the emperor. The emperor is not just going to let bygones be bygones and forget about that. At least not until he receives confirmation that Flynn is dead. So, agents of the Empire are going to continue to hunt for Flynn, leaving the question, can Flynn really stay by Cynthia's side?
Cynthia and Flynn both have their own struggles with past trauma that they have endured, and the two of them soon accept that getting through trauma is not something that is easy to do alone, nor should you try to ignore it if you wish to move forward.
From the synopsis, you probably figured Cynthia and Flynn develop a bit of a thing for each other. The biggest problem in the beginning of their relationship is not the whole emperor problem. It is how the two of them have to let go of their past trauma to be able to move forward in their lives, especially with the idea of whether or not they can even be together. The reason why I like this aspect of the story is because the author did not half-ass someone processing a traumatic experience. Okay, a lot of times in stories, as soon as the characters acknowledge that they have romantic interest in someone and get that person's love, somehow this deeply rooted trauma magically disappears because, they're in love with someone now and they receive love in return. Falling in love is truly a great feeling, but it does not eliminate a traumatic situation and processing a traumatic situation from somebody's life. If anything, not doing the work to process and be able to live with what happened will erode the relationship. And instead of the instant, well, I'm in love, so now my trauma is over thing that a lot of stories do, this author shows the characters working through their trauma and helping each other to work through their trauma. And even when they acknowledge that they are in love with each other, they also acknowledge that it's going to be a hard road to get through their trauma, and that they decide to help each other walk that hard road. I really just love this aspect of the story because it makes it feel more realistic and lets the story be more immersive.
The last part of this story I would like to discuss with you, my lovelies, is the question of whether or not a person is worthy of a role that has been placed upon them.
Cynthia is the head healer for her people because she is the only one left who can perform this role. If you want to know why this is the situation, then I suggest you read this story. As I mentioned earlier, Cynthia does not feel as if she is worthy of this position. Proving to herself that she is worthy of this role is wrapped up in her accepting her own self-worth. Until she learns to love herself, she refuses to accept she is worthy of this position or being worthy of being loved. This same problem shows up in this story's antagonist, the Empire's crown prince, who is obsessed with finding and killing Flynn. At first, you are made to think his sole motivation for doing this is because he is an arrogant prick. But he too has some hidden trauma, and I suspect he has issues accepting if he is worthy of being the Empire's prince because of this.
Okay, my lovelies, let's rate this story. So when it comes to The Last Warrior by Astrid V, I am giving it the rating of 5 butterflies out of 5. This was a very fun story, very thrilling and exciting, and I like the direction the author took it in. It was just definitely a must read. And I'm telling you right now, my lovelies, if you did not get yourself this story, you are definitely denying yourself some fun. So the question is, why do you not like fun? Don't you like having fun? Maybe you should get this book so you can have some fun and stop being mean to yourself. Anyway, my lovelies, real quick, if you have subscribed to me, please check and see if you are still subscribed to me. YouTube has been doing this thing where they are unsubscribing people from channels, and I've noticed people who don't mean to unsubscribe to me have been unsubscribed. Friends have called me and said, hey, I've been unsubscribed to you and I never unsubscribed. So just giving you a heads up, please check and see if you are still subscribed to me. That really means a lot. It helps this channel. And also, if you wish to help this channel, please give this video a like. Leave me a little comment. And if you have not yet, slap that subscribe button like it owes you money. And don't forget to give that little notification bell a ring. And with that, my lovelies, this video is a wrap. Now, my lovelies, come with me as we dance into a world of magic.